Morning, everybody. We're out here on Prettyboy Reservoir this morning. It's Sunday morning, a little after 7. It is really busy out here. The boat launch was almost completely full. The cars were actually parked up on the grass by the road. So I wanted to get a little bit away from the boat launch before I started recording, just so I could focus a little more on the video rather than all of the people around me. Just went through a big old spider web. So anyway, it's Sunday morning. We're out here for a paddle. Got a fresh hot cup of coffee. I got my fishing rod, and I got all day. So don't know how long I'm going to stay out here or what exactly I'm going to do, but I will certainly video any highlights. And this is always a nice, cool little spot to drift back into. So we'll have a look back here for a minute. If you want to play along at home, go to Google Maps and look for Prettyboy Reservoir in Baltimore, Maryland. Prettyboy is all one word. The address you'll get is the boat launch we just left. And you'll see how the boat launch is positioned at the back of a cove on Spooks Hill Road. Well, we came in over Beckleysville Road, over the Beckleysville Trestle Bridge, and then we made a right on Kids Schoolhouse Road, and we drove over that little bridge and made a right, and that put us right there at the boat launch. So that's more or less where we are right now. Eventually we're going to make our way down out of the main cove where the boat launch is. And then once we get out into the main channel out there, I don't really know whether we're going to go across it, left, right, whatever. I'm going to play that by ear when we get there. But I think first I might throw a line out back here. It's usually not bad fishing back here, and it's very seldom I get out here this early in the morning. So let me go get myself into some position somewhere, and we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of action footage today. Alright, everybody, nothing going on back here at all, so we're going to head on out into the main channel. I'm still not sure where I'm going to go from there, but that's a few minutes away. So we're first going to head out past the rock marker out here and just have a look at that. It's always a point of interest. There's usually some birds or something out on there, so I will see you out there. Alright, there we are. No birds, nothing happening. Really shallow water out here. So we're going to keep on heading out that way. Boat launch is right over there. So we're going to head down to the end of this channel, cove, whatever you want to call it. And I think today we are going to head straight across. And I got a couple of spots over there we can go check out and see if there's any fish going on over there. So once again, I will see you a little further along the way. Alright, everybody, we're approaching the end of the cove that the boat launch sits in. That big old pile of sticks right there is actually a beaver lodge. Not sure if it's active or not, but it is definitely a beaver lodge. So we need to just get around this fallen tree here and around this point, and we will be out in the main channel, and we'll be able to see the Beckleysville Bridge that we came in over. So I think for now we're just going to make our way up along the shoreline over here because we'll be on the shady side. But eventually we may make our way across. I know a couple of spots over there that are pretty good for fishing. So we'll see how that turns out and where we end up. In the meantime, like I said, we'll just keep on paddling up this way because it's very scenic. You got a lot of fallen trees, a lot of really large rock structure. It gets deep really fast off of shore. Well, you can see how steep the shoreline is, or the bank I should say. That continues right on down. And once we get out in the middle of that, it's actually about 80 feet deep. So this is quite a steep valley. Now, if you are following along at home and you looked at your Google Maps and you see the bridge on Beckleysville Road that crosses the water, when we drove in this morning, we came in from that way and came across this way. I live on that side of the water. And we are going to go under the bridge on this far end for now, because we are going to actually head around this way, but when we come back we're going to be heading to the other side of the water, so we will actually go underneath the center of the trestle. And it's a lot more impressive going underneath the middle than it is going underneath one of these sides. So we'll do that on the way back, but in the meantime we're going to make our way over here, see if we can't catch a fish somewhere today. So far, I've had no luck at all. Guy went by about 5 minutes ago in a boat with one of those lithium-ion motors on it, and I swear you could have water skied behind the thing. This is a drinking water reservoir, so there are no gas motors allowed. It's only paddle power or electric. No pontoon boats and no sailboats either. So for somebody to go by and make that much of a wake with an electric boat gives you a pretty good idea how much battery they were packing. So we're going to pack it up here, a couple more minutes probably. Got a couple more little spots along here I want to try, and then we are going to start heading our way back. We're going to go through or underneath the trestle rather, and then we got a couple places over there we're going to try as we make our way back towards the boat launch. Alright, now I was thinking about fishing my way along the shoreline here, but that's right out in the blazing sun, so I think I'm actually going to go back into this little cove back here. I actually fish back here on foot quite often. Park the truck up near the bridge and walk down. There's a trail that goes all the way around the whole cove, brings me out at this point here. So let's duck on back here, get out of the sun a little bit, see if we can't catch us a fish back here somewhere. You know, I haven't caught a single fish all day. Been out here for about 2 hours now, I suppose. And you know what? I just don't care. It is so nice out here. So peaceful and quiet. We're still sitting right here by the bridge. We're still at the back of the cove we just pulled into. I think I'm probably gonna work my way back here a little bit, see if I can't fish around some of these fallen trees. I've had some success back here in the past fishing from the shore, but I've never attempted to come through here in the kayak before. In fact, let's put the fishing rod down for a moment. See if we can't navigate back here. I'm probably not going to be able to make it over this piece of log right here. It doesn't look very deep. Well, I made it over it. So now we're back here. There's a little sunfish darting off that way. So let me try to work some of these corners back here and see what happens. Alright, as you can well imagine, it was a little difficult to get any kind of fishing done back here with all of these branches and everything in my way. Believe it or not, it's actually easier to fish from shore because you can fish lengthwise with these fallen branches rather than what I'm having to do, which is crosswise, and it's not working out real well. So we're gonna try to work our way out of here as best we can. Alright, I think we could probably work something out back there. So let's head on over there, see if we can't get out of the sun. We will try once again to see if we can catch fish. Alright, let's try fishing back here in this cove. Now I already know what the structure and everything looks like underneath the bottom, but we're just going to take a pass, float on through so we can all have a look, and then I'm going to get on with doing a little bit more fishing, and if nothing happens here pretty soon, I'm going to call it a day and start heading on back to the boat launch. But there's plenty of underwater structure back here. Lots of rocks, lots of branches, all of this shelving here. And of course it's fed by this little stream that trickles in. While I don't anticipate catching any fish back here, there's some frog eggs. It's always just fun to come back here. I always like taking the kayak back as far as I can take it up these little streams. Sometimes you'd be surprised how far you can get up them. So this is the end of the line. Again, this is a little stream flowing in, so we've got nice fresh water. And we're just going to fish around in the bottom of this cove for a little while, see what happens. Hey everybody, just thought I'd take a moment to say hello. I took the camera off my forehead to make sure I didn't have any drips or splashes or anything on the lens, and so here I am. Of course you probably can't see anything now that we're looking in directly into the sun. How's that? Is that a little better? So I'm getting ready to make my way back, calling it good. Not a lot going on fishing wise, so the sun's getting up in the sky, it's getting hotter and hotter. And of course I hear fish splashing and jumping all around me, but I have yet to catch a single fish today. So as I said, we're going to head on back and paddle in, so we'll see if we don't do a little something on the way back.